Hi, Denise Gwen, reading aloud for you from my short story, The Greasy Spoon, Chapter 30. Jeb Jr. hovered above them, gazing down into the steel box, smiling his toothless grin at them. "Gotcha," he said, and dropped a steel lid down upon the box, sealing them inside, and Nick felt a sick horror rising in his stomach, sealed into a tomb. "Ed," Nick whispered, scrabbling around on the floor of the cage, checking to see if maybe he'd managed to hold on to it. "I lost my rifle." Ed looked at Nick with wide, terrified eyes. "What the fuck's going on?" "I lost my rifle. Where's your knife? Do you have your knife? Where's your knife, Ed?" Nick thought if he kept on babbling, he might get through to him. "What the fuck's happening? Ed, your knife. Give me your knife. Where's your knife, Ed? Where's your knife?" Ed curled up into a ball in a corner, gazing up at the lid. "What's happening? Ed, where's your fucking knife?" Ed stopped whimpering and stared at Nick bug-eyed. "What's happening here? They're gonna gas us. Where's your knife?" Ed reached into his pocket and placed the still bandaged, still blood-stained knife into the palm of Nick's hand. Nick cocked his head, listening. Nobody was running the machinery yet, but it was kind of hard to tell, what with all the screaming from the shower room. "Here, help me with this," Nick said, scooting over to Ed and shimmying for a position on the side of the box closest to the gears. He had an idea of what this contraption did. It was like a Ferris wheel, and if they got to the bottom of the Ferris wheel, they'd suffocate from poisoning. Carbon dioxide, and they'd be dead when the Ferris wheel rolled them back up to the surface and into Jeb Jr.'s happy, smiling face. "Turn it on, you fucker!" Jeb Jr. screamed at someone. "What the fuck are you doing over there? Turn it the fuck on!" They had seconds. Nick braced himself and, using his back for support, half stood in the cage and pushed on the lid, and thank God for small mercies, but the metal lid slid right off. He hadn't expected it to lift so easily, and it dropped back down just as easily, and he thought it'd be harder to yank it off, but he'd seen his chance, and if he didn't grab at it, "There, you rat motherfucker, do I have to do everything?" Jeb Jr. yelled. The contraption whirred to life. Nick felt the reverberations of a lever being pulled or pushed. Something happened above them. The machinery gears creaked, and at the same time that the shower started in the adjoining room and the hog screamed, the noise of the machinery got obliterated, and the cage with Nick and Ed inside it creaked a little, shook a little, and started rotating on its rollers and lowered them down into the depths of darkness.